Let's look at one of the huge topics, and that is infectious diseases. First off, read this disclaimer carefully, and do your good deed of the day by liking and subscribing. So we have it under the Megatrends. I have a different name for it here, but I have to say, infectious diseases because this word, it is triggering for certain machine learning codes. Anyway, this is the theme. This is what these stocks give you exposure to. Obviously, it's been a huge topic. What's interesting is that we have seen quite a few haircuts. The average performance was far above 114%. Not that long ago, which goes to show you how the market is. It is not trading the present. It is trading. It is forward-looking, and that is something to think about because when it comes to other themes in the market that people think will benefit from as an example reopening, we could very quickly see very likely that there's going to be a sell the news event. So definitively something to think about because this is, this portfolio was on the highs. It was in the 4 digits average performance from the low. Okay, the company we'll look at is Emergent BioSolutions. They are broadly in the more infectious diseases theme. So 17-ish% here from the low, but a minus 53% haircut, and you see that the average haircut is minus 47%. Okay, so here we have the company's website. Emergent announces positive 2-year persistent data from phase 2 study evaluating Chikungunya VLP, company's Chikungunya virus-like particle vaccine candidate. So yeah, they have a bunch of different projects in this space. So here's their statement on status of current manufacturing of these vaccines at the company's Baltimore facility. Yeah, so basically, this is a very interesting company as far as the whole huge theme that's been dominating the news cycle. Okay, so here is the chart. Here is a guy who understands the market. Have stocks already priced in the economic boom? That's something to think about because the market is forward-looking. And we saw right after the lockdown, you saw a huge spike in the work-from-home stocks. Well, what happened? Many of them, have unraveled way before we had the reopening. Okay. Anyway, here is EBS Emergent BioSolutions. The good news here is that we actually have had a haircut. And after the haircut, the risk is reduced if we fall back to a prior support level. So we do have these rise-decline time cycles that throughout the entire history of this stock, there's something about these time cycles. There's a match, and the current time cycle suggests that we are approaching the end of the declining phase. That's interesting from a more bullish perspective. Further, you see that PPO and RSI has fallen down to a level that has historically attracted buyers. That is obviously very, very interesting from a more bullish perspective. Another thing that I would highlight, that is this red 200-week moving average. You see that it's been a relevant support level, well, ever since 2013, and it was relevant as a resistance before that. But you can see quite clearly that price rarely really goes far below that moving average. There's a magnetic effect, and the prior times we were dilly-dallying around, below and at that moving average, it's been a good risk-reward opportunity to consider bullish positions. So that certainly is rather interesting. When we go here to the daily data points, we see that PPO reached a very, very abnormally low level that tends to attract buyers. RSI also was in the low region, and we are seeing somewhat of interesting technical pattern called the rounding bottom. that is a bullish pattern. I would ideally like to see accumulation distribution pick up more than it has so far, but all in all, this looks promising from a bullish perspective. When we compare the stock price here with the seasonality, you see that June is actually one of the strongest months. That's obviously, good news. July, looking at the average performance, it tends to be rather big, 8% average, closes higher 57% of the time. So basically June, July, August are decent months. So that's definitively, a point here for the bulls. Let's go here to Finviz, the analyst price targets. So we did bounce here from this support level. So you can see that, the recent price targets here is, $150, $112, $110, $103, which is far, far above the current price of $64.40. So if we were here to calculate, the difference, and let's just take, the mean target price, then the analysts suggest a 41-ish% upside. Obviously that's bullish. It acts as a 5 strong sell, but it can't get worse. I mean, that's, the good news here. Any kind of improvement would be bullish. And we do have style scores that, show that there is light here at the end of the tunnel. So we got an A value score. Obviously, that's really good. B growth, that's also good. It's very rare to both have a great value and a growth score. There usually is, the phenomenon in which they do not combine. A great value stock is rarely a good growth stock and vice versa. Even the momentum score is great. The industry rank is in the bottom 18%. They have a more broader category of medical, biomedical, and genetics, but I do think that this is more specifically gives you exposure to infectious diseases, which I think is going to be a huge topic way into the future. So we do have a market cap, $3.4 billion US dollars, no dividend. So to sum up my take here for this stock, I think that Emergent BioSolutions at these levels, it looks rather interesting from a risk-reward perspective. We did see that the technical indicators give a pretty clear sign that it has recently reached a low that tends to attract buyers, and some of the prior rallies have been very, very spectacular. On top of it, you have promising seasonality. You have a rising time cycle around the corner, major time cycle. The fundamentals are promising. So basically, it's hard at these levels to become bearish on this stock. Whatever you do, of course, you want to be very aware of this broader phenomenon of, buy the rumor, sell the news. Because there are many themes in the market that are, at 52-week highs. And, it begs the question, where, how much of the future is already priced into those indexes. Because that is very, very relevant for any kind of future positions, whether it's bullish or bearish. It's all about, having the risk-reward equation in your favor, and whether it's in your favor is completely contingent on when you hit, the send order. That's the only thing that matters to you.